Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli Podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli. Welcome back to
the Cimorelli Podcast.
Woo!
No, we didn't do that in the one we just
We're back.
Curious. So, I'm a little distracted. I've got a shopping cart full on my phone, but it was an Instagram swipe up link. Is it going to disappear by the time this is over?
You're
Does
so
that
right.
happen?
That could happen, yeah.
Really?
Maybe it's for the best.
Well, if you click open in Safari, I think it might transfer.
But it,
No, it doesn't. It does not.
It doesn't always. Most time it doesn't.
No, what I'm saying, when I reopen the app, it's just going to refresh and be gone. I can remember what I add to my cart, but still, it hurts. Well, anyway. Welcome back to the show. It was too much. I shouldn't be buying it anyway, so it's probably good.
Okay.
What are we talking about today?
Girl talk.
Girl Talk Q&A.
We're doing Girl Talk Q&A.
Woo!
Are we answering questions from the viewers?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not answering our own
asking the questions. I have a lot of questions.
She's got so many questions.
We're answering your questions about girls. What do you want to know? That's what girls do.
Don't sing too much. Don't sing.
Yeah, stop.
I was just doing the background vocals. So,
Okay.
that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeehaw!
Should be pretty dang good. So, guys, hello, welcome. This is episode number 117. Can you believe it?
Yes.
We put all of the full episodes on Patreon. So if you want to see the entire Cimorelli podcast, including all the past ones, go to link in our description if you're on YouTube, obviously, and check it out. If you want to support us, we really appreciate you becoming a patron. It means a lot to us. And if you want a supportive community and you want more Cimorelli content, you got to check out our Patreon. If you're a big Cimorelli fan, you will probably love it. I would suggest try it for a month. You got nothing to lose but $5. See what you think.
Guys, that's 117 hours of us talking, basically.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's wild.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And we've enjoyed every second. Maybe not, but we've
Not every
enjoyed
second.
a lot
No,
of it.
I enjoyed most of it.
seconds.
I enjoy podcasts.
Plus I was having an off
shooting
day.
Times
Podcasts
a
are
lot.
pretty fun.
So, as you know, we're talking about the girl talk. We're talking about girl talk.
answering
No.
questions.
Yeah, we're answering questions from you guys. But before we do that, we always start with a few other things. So we'll get into those juicy questions soon enough. We always start with our highs and lows of the week.
Yeehaw.
Give you guys a little peek behind the curtain of our emotions,
I'll go first.
our personal lives.
All right. Let's start with the low.
Okay.
It's always about baby sleep. But this was a particularly strangling one. So Lily woke up at 4:40 a.m. the other day.
No, man.
4:40. And I'm like, oh man, I got to put her back to sleep. So I go down, rock her, whatever. And I think, it wasn't working. Usually it's like, you can tell pretty quickly, like she's asleep. She just would not go to sleep, was pretty fussy. I was like, ugh. So I was like, all right, come in my room with me. Let's watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on the big screen. So I put it on, but then she's like not having it, which a few weeks ago, the same thing happened and it worked. She like went back to sleep. So she's just like, it doesn't even take a short nap until 6:45. So I was just like up since 4:40. And then she slept for like 30 minutes and then was like, So I was like, let's just go on a walk. And it was horrible. Like I was so tired, but I was just like, I don't know. It was nice mentally to get out of the house and see the nature, but my heart was like pounding, not walking that fast. Like this doesn't feel safe. Whatever. I'm going to keep going. So that was really rough. I was exhausted, but actually the walk was good. But yeah, my high involves
These shoes.
Can you see them?
How'd you do that?
How are you not
fully straight.
flexible?
That's the deal. I couldn't do
Still,
that.
I could never.
I rediscovered these. I bought them in 2013.
Oh, yeah, those are so on trend
They're
now.
so old. Really?
They're on trend
They're not
now.
really cowboy boots.
But that vibe, though, same
Not your
thing.
nightmare, though. They're on trend.
No,
you
because
like
as I
some
told you, I'm
trends.
getting older. I'm paying more attention to trends, and I hate it.
But you also already owned them previously, so it doesn't really count.
Well, before I was truly unaware. I was just like, what? I mean, after I hit like 17 years old, I was like, I'm going to wear whatever I want. It's an apron. Now it's a skirt. I don't care. But now I'm like, so whatever. Anyway, I love these boots, and I rediscovered them because I want to feel more down to earth. And I loved wearing these when I would be like not weed whacking. What is it? I was and my I was gathering firewood for my weekly girls' night bonfires 2 years ago, and I would wear these boots and do my yard work, even though they were rather expensive and quite luxurious. They're from the Fort Worth stockyards in Texas, but they still feel outdoorsy to me. So I wanted to feel that again. It's like I got to bring the boots back because I have an association with them. They make me feel more chill. So
I love it. Going for a Miley Stewart summer.
Do real cowboys tuck their pants into their boots, or do they put them over?
Let's ring.
Both. I was just thinking because, like, I was thinking about you being outside with your boots, and I was like, wouldn't that get sweaty on your leg?
Yeah, but not that bad.
I wonder if
I'm thinking about these cowboys. I'm like, do their legs sweat?
Kat, they probably do, but it's probably
they
because
always wear
they're really
jeans.
Protective too.
Yeah.
Like I think they need them for like.
No, but I'm saying
There's a snake
I
in my
would tuck
boots.
my
Exactly.
jeans in.
I don't know.
No,
saying.
they just go over the jeans. I'm pretty sure.
It's called
What I'm
boot cut.
picturing.
I've
like a
seen
hop.
both.
So they
Yeah.
go
Okay.
over.
This is my
Wild.
take before we move on. Pants over the boots is I'm really working in the field.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Boots
thinking.
in the pants, I'm off at the rodeo. They're like riding the bull.
I could see
That's how I
that.
see it. But mostly I see the pants over the boots.
I want to bring back my cowboy boots. I have them in my closet. I haven't worn them in years.
They're legit.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I'm gonna check out
I'll
while
go
you
next. Let's think.
Oh my god. It's still
Well, okay. So my high was I had a really great day. A few days ago.
Oh wow.
Apparently that's a tick. I didn't know. So my therapist says. Anyway, I had a really great day the other day. And Alex taught me how to change my oil, and it was really fun. And then I went to the pool and I swam, and it was like really fun.
Wow.
And then I read a book, and I read a book at the pool. I finished my book. I finished Sister to the Traveling Pants. The second one for the 10th time.
I was gonna say, I feel like you've read that before. Yeah.
Guys, I read books to reread them. If I'm not going to read it again, I'm out.
Those books capture in the
Yes!
movies the essence of summer.
The second one is so
essence.
good.
Oh,
okay.
my God.
So
I
good.
love them. So I would
I
sit
love
at
the second
pool,
one. Oh my gosh, the movie
I
is so good.
read, and I was
love
chilling.
it.
It was just a great, great, great night. And I was like, wow, I am in the best mood I've ever been in my entire life. And lately, I've just been in a very good mood. I haven't had
glad to hear
ton
that.
of super thank you.
Good for you,
I
Amy.
haven't had a ton of super lows at all really lately, which has been really nice. Oh well, I'm trying to think of a low. Oh well, this is so embarrassing, guys. So I was trying to reset the light in my car, and the thing was push fully down on the gas 3 times. And
What?
And I was I didn't realize that it meant to have the car on run, but not the engine on. So I did that once, and then my little brother's friend comes over. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, it says this, but I don't know." Alex left, and then he's like, "No, you just need to put it do you not hear? There's no engine going." And I was like, "Girl, you're gonna ruin your car." And I was like, "Dang." So then I reset it successfully. But guys, changing your oil is literally the funnest thing I've ever done in my life.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, it was so fun.
Don't you stick
It's
the
so
thing in,
simple.
you pull it out?
Yeah, we didn't put
It's so
the jack.
simple.
Alex didn't put a jack under the car at all, so we just squeezed under there.
I mean, you have a tall
I
car,
felt a
guess.
little bit claustrophobic, but it was
That's
so
scary.
fun. And he knows how to not blow up an engine because he has done it before.
Blew it up before. Oh my gosh.
So it went well, and it was literally the funnest thing I've ever done.
Wow.
Cool.
Love
Yeah.
it.
But that was my low, was that embarrassing moment.
That your
I
little brother's
literally
friend.
thought about it for maybe the
Decades.
next day. I was I would cringe internally and think about it.
Oh my
It was so embarrassing. The deep shame.
You are not a mechanic. It's okay that
Thank
you didn't
you.
know that. It's
you.
totally okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll go. Okay, I think my low was that I had anxiety.
Oof.
The last few days, in the morning.
a widowed pussy.
No, I was feeling a little anxious. And I was having some rough mornings because I just felt anxious and I had to calm down and go back to sleep. But my high was that I didn't have a big workload this week, so that made me less anxious.
Love it.
Good.
So I didn't feel like, oh no, I got to do all this stuff today. I was like, okay, it's okay if I have a little rough morning. I have a little time to relax first. That's it.
Was that your whole thing?
That's it. Yeah. I don't like to go on
I was
and
looking
on
at
and
the question to
on.
make
I
sure I
can
had a
go
good one.
if you want to wait.
No, I'm done.
Oh.
Well, whoever.
Do you wanna
You can
go?
I feel like I literally always go last. I don't know why. I always like wait till everyone
No, Amy
finishes.
went last.
The older
last time.
sister thing.
No, Amy goes
like
last.
I go last.
I would think I would go first.
You go second to last or last, but usually second to
That's
last. I
so
usually go last.
Weird. All right, you can go.
Okay. Again, I don't feel like I'm having a lot of high highs and low lows. I feel like everything's a little medium right now.
Keeled.
I feel like maybe I need some fun in my life. I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
Kat.
need
thinking
some
about it.
adventure.
Yeah, I actually do have a fun concert coming up. in
I
the next 2
almost
weeks'
broke
time.
you out of the house
Really?
the other night.
I know.
It didn't work.
Amy made a great attempt to get me out of the house.
I
and
really tried to break you
And
out.
I really tried, but it didn't work because the time when I needed my other half, aka Max, he had a haircut scheduled. So
Dang
if we
those
would have known
haircuts.
like a day in advance, which I just didn't know about it, then I could have planned for it and
Yeah.
could have gone. And he was very in support of me going. It was like a young adult event, like a barbecue. It sounded fun, but we couldn't make it work. Anywho, yeah, not a lot of high highs. Not a lot of low lows. One low-ish. I don't know. It wasn't like earth-shatteringly low. I feel like
It doesn't have to be
The
earth-shattering.
feathers are not getting ruffled as easily lately.
That's good.
But there was this day where I think it was Tuesday when we had that big storm.
Oh, yeah.
We were all driving home and it was like pouring rain. We were coming back from
it
work.
was
That's when I left early.
Tuesday.
Oh, it was Tuesday, and my husband was working, so I went home by myself, and the boys were like really mad. They were like screaming in the car, and then
And it's like dumping.
and it was
like,
pouring rain
buckets
on them,
of
so
rain.
they were
Oh,
getting
that's
all
hard.
wet, and they were like, "Why am I wet?" So I had these two wet babies in the car screaming at me for like 20 minutes while I drove home, and I was like, "Nah." And then I got home by myself, and I was like bringing them in the house one at a time, and then I was like putting them in their high chairs and giving them their food, and they were like screaming basically until I got them situated and gave them their food. And then once I gave them the watermelon, they were like, "Yeah, I love this." So yeah, it was like it was
Eat
fine.
watermelon?
Yeah,
that's
they eat it
so
in this little mesh
cute.
thing so they don't choke on it. But they love it. They go.
They eat a mesh.
It's like this little like. It's like
Oh wait, they suck on the mesh.
but honestly, like most of it comes out. Like
Yeah.
it just
They could totally chew it.
Yeah.
it just keeps like the seeds and
Barrett
stuff.
did
Because
that. I
watermelon's
remember.
so mashable.
Yeah, but there's seeds in it. I'm kind of worried about that.
Barrett ate
I guess
steak
I could
at
get a
that
slot
age.
on my own.
You just
Anywho,
suck on it.
yeah.
Oh,
Anywho,
man, with the steak, I
they love
remember
watermelon.
that.
I would say my
was so
high is that
cute.
I've been down on myself for a while because I really have not been. Thank you for the pity. I appreciate it.
Hey, she's genuine. She
Is that real or fake?
That was.
No, real or fake. Thank you. She's like, stop it or thank you. I couldn't tell. I couldn't
No, it's just
tell.
funny.
Bad.
It's okay. I've been down on myself a lot lately because I feel like I haven't been in my prayer routine for a long time. And I've had, which is so weird. Like, I feel like I used to be for a long time, like really good about.
so weird. You're so not busy.
You're so
I
weird.
know, but I'm saying like I've been a mom for 9 months. You think I would have figured it out by now? But I
Such a long
haven't.
time. They're practically in college.
Yeah, and you have two of them.
Yeah, but I had.
You're starting out with double the trouble, Kath. You
Yes,
have to
it's
remember
true.
that.
2 under 2. That's me. It's from birth. Well, from their birth. So, but I had a moment where I was like, you know what? This is so beautiful. I read this book once, and it was talking about how this lady was in a similar situation. She had these kids, they're running around, and she wanted to go to church to pray at the chapel. She was Catholic, so adoration. And she said she couldn't make it, and she was really sad. And there's this moment where she was in her kitchen cleaning up Cheerios on the floor, and she was just kind of like, oh, it's the one thing I want to do today, and I didn't get to do it because like things happen with the kids. And then she said she heard this voice that she believes was God saying, if you couldn't come to me, so I'm going to come to you. And she had this huge like peace, and she felt like God was with her, and she like had this moment with him in her kitchen on the floor. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. So I was trying to bring God to me, and like I think he was coming to me too in a way. So what I did was, this is the simplest thing, but I sat in my living room and I looked up a YouTube because I really wanted to go to adoration, and I couldn't that night because it was a big storm again. And I looked up live Eucharistic adoration, and I just put it on, and it was so cool. It was this little chalice with the Eucharist with these candles, and it was playing like this Gregorian chant type music in the back, and the twins immediately looked at the screen like, what is that? Whoa. But I just like put it on, and they were just crawling around. I mean, I had to keep getting up to get them out of the shoes and the things they're not supposed to be grabbing. But I was just journaling. I just prayed for like 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, I think this is my new prayer routine. It's very short and simple, but it's like
I like it.
I can do it at
Sustainable.
home. Yeah. I was just sad because I really liked going to church to be with the Eucharist.
Hey, one day, not that long, you will be able to
I
do that
will.
again.
Yes, I know. I always think I'm like, one day I'll be back.
Think about this. One day there'll be teenagers sleeping till noon.
That's so weird. It's so
You'll be able to
weird.
leave the house without them.
weird to
It's
think
so
about.
weird. I know. Oh, I have to send you guys this mom post that you will cry. It's like right now. No, in a good way. It's
too
like
much.
right now it's my turn to do this. It's not my turn to fall in love on a first date. Right now it's my turn to change some diapers. I don't know. It's real. No, it's touching. It's
I will fall in love with myself and my husband every
Okay,
day.
we'll
I am
see.
not checking myself out of that.
okay.
Count
You
me
haven't read the
out.
post. It's a good post.
Just send it to us later.
Yes, I will send it to you.
Okay,
Wow.
should I go to mine? Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because we're getting into the
really-
time. So, my low, pretty simple, classic. It's just like one of those. It's pretty boring. One of those days where you're just like, you just don't feel that good, and you're like, why do I feel so down? But then you can't like identify why you feel down. I never identified it, but I felt really good the next day. So I don't know what it was. I just felt down the whole day. I don't know. Maybe it was a mixture of hormones and other things. Who knows? Who could know? And then my high is my recent like morning routine with Barrett is so fun of our breakfast routine, which is every day we get up and he goes, "Date," which is pancake. And we run and we make a pancake.
so
And then he
cute.
goes, "Dit," which is sit. And he sits down and then he's like, "Mon," which is come on. And he wants me to sit next to him while we eat pancakes. And I have to make
so
mine really
cute.
quick. And then we have to cheers our forks every time. And then I'm like, cheers. Okay. The whole time he's like, cheers. And then he reaches over and hugs me in the waist. Like a few times the whole time because I think he's really saying like, thank you, Mom.
Do you think it's like he can sense that his days are numbered as the only child outside of the womb?
No.
He's just enjoying his dad.
I think he's just
like,
thank
this is so
you
fun.
for making my dreams come true.
I just saw a video of this little boy. He was like 3 years old. He's like, Mom, I love you. You are so nice to me. Thank you. And she was like,
That is
Oh my God.
I
I
would
could see-
die. Anyway, I think that's the whole routine. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole routine, and it's great. It's
so
fun.
cute.
Every single morning we do that. So
I love it.
Loving life, loving it. All right, let's move on.
That makes me think of another post I need to send you guys. Well,
my
maybe not
gosh.
Lisa. I'm just going to
Okay.
hate it without even seeing it, but
because I don't want to hear about, it's going to be good later. It's got to be good now.
What the post is.
It's great right now.
That's not what it's about.
Okay.
You totally misunderstood it.
Okay, you know what can be really stressful? Figuring out what the heck you're going to eat for dinner and then making
Very true.
it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
also grocery shopping and
Oh my
also
gosh.
measuring everything and not messing up.
It's hard.
So we're going to talk to you guys about Green Chef, which makes all those things I just mentioned way easier. So we have
much
all
easier.
used it. We've all made the meals, tried the meals, blah, blah, blah. We love it. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well.
I could see that. It's so good, bro. Oof.
Yeah, it is really good. What are you guys' thoughts before I go through some more points? What are your
specs.
thoughts on it so far?
The ingredients taste really great. The
Delish.
directions are incredibly clear that people with cooking anxiety like me know exactly what to do, and it's kind of almost foolproof unless you don't read them. So read them.
It's just so good. Like every meal, I was like,
Tastes so good.
this is so unique. Something I never tried before.
Yes,
I
love
loved
that.
it.
Yeah, I've actually kept all the recipe cards I've gotten from them because they've all been so good. And what I like is they're simple.
Yeah.
They're simple meals, but it's like it tastes like
Gourmet.
a restaurant meal.
Literally.
But you're like, I didn't
like,
realize I
I
could make a
made
meal
this.
taste this good with just
Yes.
this many
That's
ingredients.
so
I love
true.
it.
In 30 to 40 minutes, it's
If
like
you-
really quick.
If you guys are wondering how it works, basically you get to choose from all 24 recipes weekly. And you can choose, by the way, they offer vegan, vegetarian, keto, paleo, Mediterranean, fast and fit, and gluten-free.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, so you can choose, and you can even mix and match with those. You choose from the 24 recipes, and they send you this big box, and it's got all the stuff you need in it to make everything, and it has the recipe card, so it's all together. You don't have to pick what you're making.
You don't have to think.
Yeah, you don't have to pick like what are all the ingredients.
And all the ingredients are
Have
like
to shop,
pre-measured, so
have
you
to
don't have to worry
measure.
about it.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
each meal, it's all in one paper bag. So you can just open the bag.
And everything's
And
there.
everything's in
great.
it.
Oh, it's so good.
Guys, some nights I'm so brain dead. I'm just like, my last 2 brain cells are hanging on for dear life. They're trying, and it doesn't work. And when I have to cook dinner, I'm like, no. But then when I have my Green Chef meals, I'm like, oh, I just take it out of the bag, chop, 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 put it in the oven, whatever, done. I don't have to think about I don't know why the measurements really get me at the end of the day.
They do.
What's the measurement?
Decision fatigue.
What am I
And you have
making?
to calculate if you're doing a double or a half recipe, and you're like,
Then you have to make sure you put in the
did
right
my-
one.
and then
meat
did you
go
miss an
bad?
ingredient and accidentally double that, but half everything else?
It's really annoying. So that's the biggest reason why I love it, because it eliminates a lot of stress for me. So basically, I didn't tell you guys about our offer. Hello. If you go to greenchef.com/Cimarelli135 and use the code Cimarelli135, you get $135 off across 5 boxes plus free shipping on your first box. That's going to be linked in our description, just so you know. But it's a great deal if you want to go try it out and see if you love it. I mean, delicious meals takes a lot of the stress off your plate, especially as a busy mom. It's very helpful. But I mean, just as a regular person.
Or if you just want to eat healthier.
Just as a non-mom.
As a civilian.
And if you just want to eat healthier and like, ooh, how can I make vegetables taste good? They do it for you.
They are really great at that.
Yeah.
Delicious Brussels sprouts with
really
feta and
helpful.
almonds. That was great.
Oh,
Great meals.
yes.
I haven't gotten that one, but I think I'm getting that one. I'm pretty sure. So I'm really
so
excited
good.
because they were all talking about the meals they got that I didn't get yet. For some reason, I don't know why mine is so much later, but I'm excited to try them. So guys, greenchef.com/Cimarelli135. Use the code Cimarelli135. Get $135 off across 5 boxes plus free shipping on your first box. Give it a try. I think you're gonna love it.
Give it a whirl.
Woo!
Let's go to the 5 perspectives. We have a question. Kath came up with this question, and we're all going to answer our perspectives. Then we're gonna get
Yeah,
into the
I'll tell you how I came
girl
up with this.
talk.
I realized that I had an answer to this, and then I asked Max, and I was like, oh, this is kind of a fun question.
Okay. What is the one word you can never remember how to pronounce?
What? I'll give you my example. Okay,
I
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the thing you hang over a baby's crib. Mobile?
Oh, I don't know.
Mobile? I don't know.
I think it's a mobile, but I don't
Also,
know.
the sub, if you can't think of a thing,
I don't think
the
it's a
sub of this
mobile.
question is what word can you not remember how to spell?
Every word.
But I feel like there's
Vacuum.
yeah, that,
I can never
Yes.
remember. I always write VACCUUMN.
That's what I was saying. And one.
Wait.
Wait. One
I can
C
never
and 2
remember
U's.
which
Guys,
one's
the word
doubled.
that I can't remember what the word is, but I know what it means. I can't remember what the word is. It's a word that's like tumultuous, but it's not tumultuous. And I can never
You
remember,
can
how,
never
to
remember
say
how to say it.
Maybe I'll just look up synonyms so you guys can
I don't have that.
Volatile.
I say volatile.
That's what it is. It's
That's
not
what I said.
tumultuous.
Even though
That's what it is.
Some people say volatile.
Yeah.
I can every time I go to say it, I'm like,
It just
really
feels. Oh my gosh! I saw. Oh my gosh! Okay,
Vol-
hold on. Keep going. I have to
vol-
read this.
vol-
Oh my gosh! This drove me crazy.
I'm gonna look up what it says on the internet.
Okay.
Do you guys have a word?
I think I have a good, like a strong brain for pronunciation,
Okay.
Yeah.
but not for spelling.
Listen, volatile.
Listen. Why does pony baloney PONY
Oh, I saw this.
BALOGNA rhyme, but SEANBEAN doesn't? Sean Bean.
What?
Yeah.
It should be Pony Bologna and Scene Bean. But it's Pony Baloney Sean Bean.
Yeah, someone was saying.
Someone has said when you're looking at it, it's like minute and minute shouldn't be spelled the same. I'm not content with this content. I object to that object. I need to read what I read again.
Yeah.
That's
I saw something in this vein
Someone
that was
should
like,
wind this post up and throw it in the wind.
oh my gosh.
far.
Yeah, someone was like, imagine trying to learn the English language and coming across the word yacht.
Oh
How would you know
my
how to pronounce that?
Yacht.
Yacht.
Nope, it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, what I realized is I have a problem with Q's and G's. I have a very strict problem with this. I was trying to learn Italian the other day, and there was a word that it was like mangiare qualcosa, and the qualcosa is with a Q. So I read it and I typed it up, and everyone's like, it's spelled with a Q, and I was like, I read it as a G, and I wrote
guacamole.
it. No. All the
Guacamole.
time, I'll be like, I misspell words because I write them with a G instead of a Q.
Yes.
That's weird.
Because they're like this or that. They're like the reverse of each other, kind of. Not capital,
the same.
lowercase.
They read the same.
I don't know why.
Interesting.
It's like I'm dyslexic with 2 letters. Q
Yeah,
and
they
G.
read the same way.
Genuinely
For
don't,
some
and I don't
reason.
realize I'm doing it until I type it, and spell autocorrect is like, what did you say? And I'm like, wait, what?
Also, another one, Max pointed this out the other day that apparently I say memoir weird.
Memoir.
He was like, he's like, you don't say it like that. And I was like, what? And I was like, memoir. And he's like, it's memoir.
There's an
And I was
R.
like, no, that can't be right. And then I looked it up, and there's this compilation of all these prestigious authors saying, my memoir.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
it
okay,
just
yeah, I guess
feels
I do say
so
that.
So do you
wrong.
say, I'm going to order an enchilada? You like say it in the
No,
accent
but
of the
I just
day?
that word I say memoir. Because to me, OIR, I think
Have you
of
ever been
moi.
to Brazil? Like, I'm going to write my.
I can't say memoir.
And you say LaCroix, right? Instead of LaCroix.
No, now I'm trying to force myself to say LaCroix again.
LaCroix.
I always say LaCroix.
Memoir. Kat, it's memoir. You have
Sounds
to
like
be
forcing
down to
yourself.
earth.
Memoir.
Down to earth. Kathy Lee.
Memoir. You want to read my memoir? I can't say that.
No, they would say memoir.
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 Anyone else have a
with
word?
you.
Anyone else?
Every word I've ever seen, I can't remember to spell.
No, to say.
Oh, I'm good at pronunciation.
Oh, I used to say furniture instead of furniture.
Oh,
That's
you know
what Dad
what?
says.
I started
Furniture.
pronouncing words in accents I don't have, aka mainly like random little East Coast things like forward to myself.
Oh my god.
Because it's funny to me.
and then it just becomes, you say it
Yeah.
normally though, it's not even a joke anymore. And it's like,
Forward.
Yeah.
Okay,
forward.
let's do it, guys. So here's the thing: we didn't come up with these. Obviously, you guys came up with them.
You
so
guys
at-
asked
if
us.
you
At
don't
the
like it,
mercy.
it's your fault.
Yeah,
At
so-
the mercy of you guys.
We post this on Instagram, by the way.
And I got some Patreon ones too.
Oh, and Patreon.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pick. First of all, there's like 10,000 period ones, and this makes me think that you guys need to do a little
Research.
search
Medical
on
research.
on YouTube.
Maybe you should make a video
I didn't
on
finish
your
what I'm
channel
saying.
about it.
I think you should go to YouTube, and there's probably some really good in-depth videos already made where you can see like everything. I feel like people need like a good overview.
Yeah,
We're not going to
because
sit here and give a whole overview.
No.
And I also feel like
you
we're
may
not
need
qualified
that.
to do that.
I feel like you need that.
It's like the follicular.
Christina, I think
Even
we're
a lot of your
qualified.
moms will not know. I think you need to go to
Because
YouTube and
women
look up
aren't
in-depth.
taught about our
Oh yeah, like someone
reproductive
says like,
system.
what's the best way to help
My
cramps?
mother-in-law always
I
says
don't
she
really
learned a
know.
lot about pregnancy when I was pregnant.
Take an
She
Advil?
had 2 kids.
Yeah, I'm shocked at the amount of people who don't know like basic things about their period. For me, learning all these things when I was trying to get pregnant, I learned all this stuff about your cycle. Learned all this stuff, and I was shook. And then when I started talking to other people, I was shook at how many women older than me, also 20s, 30s, and plus, did not have a clue. It's pretty shocking. So anyway, I think you should do a little search, and there's probably some great, easy to watch videos that will give you like a great overview. Because we're not gonna do an overview, but maybe we'll answer some of the questions.
Maybe you should
but
make one of those videos, Christina. I feel like
maybe
you do a
I
good
will.
job.
You
Honestly,
should.
it's one of my passions. Maybe I will.
It is just explaining the whole cycle thing. I think you should.
Maybe I will. Okay, so first question. I want to have guy friends, but whenever I start a convo, they start flirting. They start flirting and I leave. How to?
sounds like
I'm gonna
everyone's
give
in
my
love with
take.
you.
Yeah, I agree.
My take is you can't be friends with guys usually because either you like them or they like you. Unless you're not attracted to them. Unless you guys aren't attracted to each other. But
It's a very hotly debated.
in my opinion, it doesn't work. In my
I feel
experience.
like it's easier to have social guy friends
unless it's
where
really
you're
casual.
like,
Like,
yeah,
in
one-on-one.
a social group. So maybe find different groups of people to hang out with. But like,
That's true.
How do you find a guy friend who's like? I feel like it's rare. Pretty platonic one. I can think of a couple that I've had, and I think
Yeah.
that when I think of those guys, they had a lot of girl friends, and they were never like creepy about it. They were just, and they
you?
were what?
to you.
Well, I don't
If
think
they
they
were
were
saying things.
The
they were
ones I'm thinking of, they're kind of more like a different person. I don't know how to describe the personality.
I know what you
but
mean, though. I know
I'm
exactly
thinking
what
of
you mean.
like.
I've had friends
I
like
think
that.
it's a rare. I think it's a pretty rare type of guy who will be like pretty like respectful, and he's not actually trying to flirt with everyone, or maybe he's terrified to flirt with
That's
everyone,
what
so he
I'm
just
saying.
won't. That's fine. You'll be
won't.
friends.
I had one guy friend that I can think of that I didn't end up falling in love with, and he was in love with you. And
that
so we
helps.
were friends because it was like he was obsessed with
Wait,
you.
who was obsessed with me?
Amy's shocked.
Don't worry about it.
Wait,
I'll tell you later. And we were just
Guys, I
strictly
just know
friends.
what you're talking
yes,
about?
yes.
Oh,
This
I
was a
should
long time
know.
ago.
Oh,
So-
yes.
And we were
Oh.
good friends. Like we would chat all the time, but
Yeah,
it was
he was
like it
nice.
wasn't weird because he was clearly in love with Amy.
I was absolutely horrified
and
of
not
him.
me.
Actually, that happened to me too.
Not that he was a
Not
horrifying person.
their type at all.
He was really
Yes.
nice, and we were friends.
The
Not
bottom
that-
line is it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, that's the
But
thing.
every other guy I tried to be friends with, I fell in love with them.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, oh, I like you. And then it's like, okay, like that's over now then.
Yeah,
Because in my opinion, if you can be friends, you can probably be romantic.
Not the couple I'm thinking of. No.
but that's what I'm saying.
was
It's a
gonna
very
say-
specific
think
type of guy.
It's hard to find, I'll say.
Okay,
Really
what
hard to
I
find.
think too is
a real
what you
one.
said is true. Just it has to be really casual in a big group. That works.
Yeah.
Or
You know what? If you're married, I feel like I'm friends with a lot of Chad's friends because we talk like once in a blue moon and we have fun when we all hang out, and it
Yeah.
does not go anywhere beyond that. Like we have fun game nights. and
My
stuff.
life
We're just
is
group friends.
So-
That's fine.
our
It's easy.
friend group is so like devoid of men. They're just never around. I don't have guy friends. I don't do guy friends, like except for like casually sometimes. But like, it's just not a vibe for me.
I feel like I've been friends with guys that we tried to date and we were like, yikes, this is not, this ain't it. And then we were both like, yeah, we're not attracted to each other. And then you're able to be friends after
Oh,
that.
yeah, you did that.
Yeah, I've had a few guy friends like
See,
that.
yeah, if you
and
can
it was
just
like,
be honest about it and be okay with the situation, then that can work.
yeah, and I think there's certain people that are just more flirtatious in general with the way they approach everyone.
Yeah.
It's just I
And
hate
I'm
those
not-
kinds of
yeah,
people.
I'm not
You're
really
the
like
type
that.
who's just not
I'm like,
that.
hey, buddy, pal.
because it feels like they're
you
trying
know,
to get
friend.
something from you.
Also, it's like if the guy likes a specific type, like the one guy I'm thinking of who I was really good friends with, he liked these girls who were literally absolutely nothing like me, kind of like rocker type of girls who didn't really shower very often.
okay.
That's not me.
my
Who would like be just very different.
do you know
No,
when they
I'm
showered?
dead serious. I'm dead
Kat,
serious.
you can
Survey that.
tell.
If he would show me a picture, then I'd be like, oh, I think she needs to take a shower.
Oh
It's a type of person.
Okay, moving on.
So that's like, okay, I'm not really in danger of him liking me. We are very different, and he's on danger of me liking him.
Yeah, but
Okay.
a lot of guys say that about me because if you look at my past history of who I've been attracted to, it's literally every type of look under the sun. Okay, so
that
I
wouldn't
thought
work.
you were going to
Yeah.
say
That wouldn't work.
I thought you were going to say a lot of guys that didn't shower.
that too. No,
Anyway.
Okay, just some
Cover
people
that
don't like shower
one.
as much as others. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine. You don't have to.
it's fine.
I'd like to, but you don't have to. Okay, next. We talked about this in our postpartum episodes a lot, but then you guys didn't talk about it. But we've talked about this in other episodes.
What do we
But it's
not
still a
talk
good question.
Okay.
How do you deal with body issues and insecurities? How do you handle it? This is something that can like run your
Okay.
life, make you feel like horrible all the time. What's like something you could give that someone
Okay,
could?
this is the first thing on
Take.
top of my head is dress for your body.
Yes.
Okay, because I noticed that like wearing clothes that don't fit right makes me feel bad about my body. So I'm like, oh, I look bad. But then I get something that actually fits, and then like, oh, I don't look bad actually. I just wasn't wearing clothes that fit or clothes that flattered my body. So that's like the first thing I think of is like, I think it's actually really important like to put in the effort to learn how to dress yourself.
Yeah, because if your
Like
house
your
is
body.
always, if your house has a horrible mess, you might be like, I hate this house, and then
Yeah.
you clean it up, decorate it well, and you're like, this is a beautiful house. It was just messy.
Yeah.
It's all about the
Like,
presentation.
and there's plenty of like videos and stuff like that, like how to dress this type of body type, or like how to, like, I don't know. That's
And
my
even
first
if you
thought.
see an influencer where you're like, oh, they kind of have the same body as me and they have cute
Yeah.
outfits, you can follow their example. But I wanted to say, because I recently, I've realized things. I feel like when you're having body image issues, I don't like to speak for everyone, so I'll just speak for myself, but maybe this applies to you. You might be objectifying yourself.
Yes.
Literally object. Like, I am a lampshade. I need to look
is so
nice in
true.
this living room. I
Oh.
must be nice looking. And this morning, I really gave myself the power back because I think objectifying yourself is a feeling of powerlessness. Ooh. I need people to like me. If I don't perform well and be attractive, no one will love me. And then you can even think of examples to make yourself feel better. We're like, hey, yeah, this person thinks I'm attractive. And then you have to say, so I exist for people to be attracted to me? Or to make other girls jealous? Like, why do you want this? Like, what even, we all want to look good and stuff, but when it's getting to this deep life running thing, it's like, why do you even need that? Why does it need to be this thing that's, I feel like its rightful place is like down here with like small things, but then when it comes all the way up here, it's like, why is it such a big deal? Probably because in general, you may be feeling just worthless. So this is a way that you're trying to, justify that. Like, yeah, I'm worthless because I'm ugly. And if I looked better, then I would be so valuable. That's the problem. I just need to do this and then I will be very valuable. So instead, it helps to like write a letter to yourself and just be like, you're in the driver's seat, girl. This is your life.
I love it.
It stops with you. No one tells you what to do. No one's your boss. No one owns you. It can all wait. What do you feel like? What do you want to do? Even the other day, I was on a walk and I was like, oh my gosh, what do these people think of me? I was just having a very insecure day, wrong time of the cycle. And then I had the coolest moment where I was like, I don't even know how I did this. I was like, what do I think of these people? And I walked by this woman and you know what I thought? As soon as I was about to wonder what she thinks of me and what I'm wearing and blah, blah, I was like, what do I think of her? You know what? I think she's got her hair in pigtails too. We're twinning. Aww. And I was like, you know what else I think? The trees are beautiful right now. Look at this weather. Look at the sky. Look at the rocks. I was like, wow, my thoughts are so much more positive and awesome than what I assume people are thinking about me. Spoiler alert, they're probably not. She's trying to wrangle her kid. He's probably going through a divorce. Who knows? They're not thinking about me. What am I thinking about?
Yeah, that's so true.
I would add also kind of onto that. For me, something that I do is like shifting my focus, which kind of what you're saying, but like where if I'm feeling really self-conscious, just like in general, then I'm like, I don't need to focus on what I look like so much. Like, I don't need to like look at myself in the mirror a long time or like check, like body checking, like stop doing that. Like, it's like you go in your bathroom. Oh, you got the mirror. Oh, you have full size mirror in your room. It's like, you don't need to like check how you look every time you pass a mirror. Like if you want to see like, okay, how did I look? Check. But like, you don't need to like look in depth at everything and like focusing, like just shifting the focus for me on like thinking about what I look like and like what other people are thinking and thinking just about other things. Oh, just not thinking about it so much.
This is a great 2 affirmations for you. When you look in the mirror, say, I'm allowed to look the way that I look and I'm allowed to be the way that I am.
I love that.
Give it an actual
love
try.
that because
I love it.
society makes you feel like you're not allowed to look
that's the feeling.
a certain way.
Objectifying of powerlessness.
wrong
Oh no,
with
I'm
me.
not allowed to because someone else is in charge of me.
Right.
Why? Who's in charge of you? You.
Yeah, and I want to
decide.
My little tidbit is just to remember to care for your. Well, I'll just pick this up because I was like, what if the twins choked on that? My little tidbit is care for yourself as a whole person, which I feel like you kind of touched on that a little bit. It's like, and I think what you guys both said speaks to that. It's like, is that, do you hate the house because it's messy, or is it really the house? It's not the house. It's probably because it's messy. When you put effort into something, you automatically love it more. And I think that just applies to you as a whole person. It's like, it's not just your body and your health. It's like your mind and your soul and your friendships and your heart. Like, take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's like, are you being the kind of person you want to be? Like, are you making the kind of choices that you really want to make? Like, what's your
It's not your
life?
body's fault. Like,
If you think about another person, with what you're saying, if you think about if you were treating someone, maybe it's like your significant other. If all you did was talk to your significant other about how they looked and like their weight,
and
gosh,
you didn't get out of my
you
house.
didn't emotionally connect with them, you didn't hang out with them, you didn't do anything else. What a nightmare relationship that would be.
So true.
That's you with yourself. Same thing. If that's
nightmare.
all you do,
Nightmare Sid.
nightmare.
Yeah, imagine if you had that's a weird thought. If you had a friend and every time they saw you, they were just like, wow, you look really bad. You're like, what a toxic friend. It's like, wow.
So don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say you need to look up our past episodes we've done on this. The postpartum ones we did, we talked about this. It's 2 episodes in a row, I believe.
Yeah.
It was only a few episodes back, or maybe several episodes. Those are really good on it. And then we have done a few other ones. We did a live one. Just search it, find it on YouTube.
Wait, and the last thing I just want to say is hating your body is, in my opinion, always a symptom, never the real problem.
Of a deeper problem.
There's always something deeper. Like when Amy said in the one episode about your OCD thoughts, where it's like, it's not that. It's something else.
Yes.
That means fixing
What you're
it.
obsessing over isn't really what you're
getting to the
obsessing
weight
over.
is not going to fix the problem.
Yeah.
So if you fixate on that's going to fix it, it's actually not. Okay, next. Do you ever get used...
My eye.
Do you ever... I like the way this person phrased this. I feel like in a very sophisticated way. Do you ever get used to experiencing menstruation? Do you ever get used to having a period? Because I don't.
No offense.
Okay, I have a good thing to say on this.
Every time I'm like, blood. Like every time. Every time I'm like, oh, this thing
I
again.
do not care at all.
It's just so
used to it.
different than the rest of the time for me.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I'm used to it, but I'm not like, okay, another day. I'm like, oh.
I saw something on Instagram about this that I thought was really cool. It was about like a way that a mom was raising her kids like differently than she was raised when it comes to that. And it was talking about, I know it's kind of hard, but it's like talking about your period being like a blessing in some ways. But let me explain.
Okay, I do. Yeah. Okay.
So if you think I have this horrible thing and all it does is nothing for me and it ruins my life, then it's going to be, you're going to have a worse experience than if you have a different mindset. And so I'll just say like a couple things about this. Your period is not just about, well, first, it's not about torturing you, and it's not about punishing women, and it's not about just about like getting pregnant, being fertile. It is also about your overall health. I don't think most women actually know that.
Yeah, that's not.
It can tell you a lot about your overall health, how regular your periods are, your temperature, all these different things. And having a healthy period is part of being healthy overall. So it's like, it shows you a lot about what's going on, and like nourishing yourself for your cycle and all this stuff can really help you out with your health as a whole person. So I would say number one, it's this cool thing that shows us a lot about our health. Number two, it's like the blessing of hopefully being able to create a life. And number three, you have a choice of if you want to be like, this is the worst thing of my life every month or not. And if it is the worst thing of your life, that's probably telling you something is up with your health. And it's telling you that like having a horrible, horrifying period is not something women should just be told to accept, because it is telling you something about your health, like very specific things. It's not something just like put a Band-Aid over, in my opinion, and just ignore whatever and to just accept. It's something that's telling you something important.
And I feel like a lot of women just accept, like I had a friend who her periods were so bad that she would like throw up. Because it was like,
That's
and it's
bad.
like if it's that bad, you should definitely go to a care provider who can like check your hormones and stuff. Like you deserve, you shouldn't, don't feel like you just like, well, this is how it is, I'm resigned to this. It's like there's usually something you can do or something that someone can help you with to get things in order, so it's not so bad. You shouldn't have to live like that every month.
Yeah, it's so unfair that women are just like they just have to suffer in silence. They just have to like, whatever. They have to go along with it. But if men were having periods, everyone would know what was going on. Everything would be researched. Like, it's just not fair.
Yeah, that's your hormones checked.
Like, are the women's reproductive care of like syncing of the whole woman, of like how it interacts with every part of your being, your emotional state, your physical state, all these different things. It's not a thing that anyone is really taught at all. Even a lot of doctors don't even like.
And there's so much
work
unknown.
with that or care with that. Yeah.
Well, that's my biggest problem. Here's my biggest problem is that this is a red flag to me. I said this in another video, and people got really mad. Which I'm like, why would you get mad about this? But whatever. If you go to the doctor and you have all these symptoms, and they're like, just go on birth control for it, and they don't test your hormones. Okay, hormonal birth control is hormones, right? Why would they give you hormones when they don't know what your levels are yet? One example I have is someone I know, her friend was getting horrible migraines because she was taking hormonal birth control, which was pushing certain hormones over a certain level and causing them. Because why did your doctor not check your hormone levels first? Second of all, if you're like me and you have some clotting issues with your blood, and they don't test you for that before they give you birth control, which by the way, I've never heard of a doctor doing that. If your doctor did that, Good sign. I've never heard of that happening. It can give you a blood clot, which could potentially kill you. It's very dangerous. Blood clots are very dangerous.
Yeah.
That's very possible, but they don't even test you for that before they give it to you.
Look, I almost actually died from my period. Never got a test. No one ever said anything. No one ever figured
tested
it out.
your levels?
They never said, let's figure out why it's happening. They just said,
is wrong.
That's
you're
so
alive,
weird.
it's fine.
This is wrong. Especially if they're prescribing you something, they have to. Why would they not get your levels when they can? It just makes me so mad.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
don't
just
think
not
people
right.
should be offended by that. I think you should be offended.
Well, I think
in the opposite way.
I think what you're saying is valid, and I think the reason people get offended is because there are I have certain friends that are like, I was having all these horrible problems, and then I started the birth control, and then it made them go away. Basically, they were
So I'm saying, why don't you figure out what the problems were?
I think what the other side, which I think that's also valid. Like some people, they're like, I need this. This is it makes it feel like they're regulating their cycle because it was so bad before. But the other side of it says, and I've heard a lot of people say this, is like, a lot of times birth control can just be a Band-Aid, and there is a deeper problem. So if you can get to the root of it, and I know that might be controversial to say, but I don't care. Like, I really do care about people, and I want you to get to the root of the problem to figure out what is truly causing.
Well, I wasn't even saying opposite of what you just said. I'm
telling you why people get mad about anyone saying anything against birth control.
I'm not saying it didn't fix some levels for you or whatever, or maybe it didn't fix them. I don't know, whatever.
But did it
happened.
really fix them? Is what I'm
wouldn't
saying.
you like to know what the problem actually is? Like, wouldn't you like to know that you have low progesterone, so you actually
check your
know,
thyroid,
or you
yeah.
have high something? Wouldn't you like to know that? Wouldn't that be really good to know? And then you're like, oh, I'm taking this, I have low this, and I'm taking this. Wouldn't that be a good thing to know?
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I think yes, it would be a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I'm taking this thing, we don't know what my levels were in the first place, but they prescribe me. In what other area of health do they do that? Except for maybe like mental health, I would say. They don't know levels of things. They just give you things, which is another thing. We have a lot of mystery there, but why would they do that?
It's a good thing
They
to
don't know,
empower
and they just
yourself,
give you something to try.
And
It's
research.
like with Chad's situation, if they were like, just try this random thing, it could have killed him.
They thought the cardiologist thought he had a gluten allergy. I'm like, he has a freaking tumor. It's not allergic to bread. He
Would
has
a gluten
tumor.
allergy make your
And then
blood pressure
don't-
like
No, he's
200?
like, oh, you're just bloated because of a gluten allergy.
And they're like,
oh, my
let's
God.
see what your blood pressure is. Let's see
they
what a
knew
number
it was.
is,
They're like,
right?
well, we didn't find anything because
Well,
they
that's
didn't
even
do
the
a
first-
scan.
That's the first thing. They even knew what his blood pressure was. For the woman, I'm saying we don't even know what her hormone levels are. We don't even get any numbers, just zero.
Yeah.
Just take this and you have zero information.
Women's health is really
anyway,
lacking.
I'm mad about that, and I think we need to know what our levels are. I'm just saying.
I
Get
agree.
your blood
you
work
can-
done.
yeah.
Empower
That's just
yourself.
what I'm saying. Know what your levels
You
are.
don't deserve to have a bad time.
Oh, let me give you a suggestion. Follow Dr. Jolene Brightman on Instagram. She has amazing content about empowering yourself in women's health to know your cycle, and she's a great doctor who goes into a lot of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Love it.
And last thing I'm gonna say is before you comment, I didn't say this is what everyone was saying, but hormonal birth control helped me with these problems. I didn't say it didn't. So you can say that, but I didn't say it didn't. Never said it. I just said, do you know what your levels are? You
Hopefully
should.
I kind of spoke that
That's
a
all
little
I
bit
said.
of like
you
what
should know what they are.
All right, we gotta
I
get
never
to
said
another
it didn't. That's my
Let's
pet
see
peeve.
what-
When someone leaves a comment on something that I didn't say. Like, I never said that. Okay, so this one, I feel like if one person answers it, they'll be answering too much. So if we each say one thing, it'll be good. So we'll just go down the line and each say one thing. What makes you think a boy likes you, and what gave it away? I remember that time in life where I was like, how do you know if someone likes you, right? Just say one thing. What's one thing that gives it away?
I have no clue. You just know. I don't know. I just
Okay,
know.
I'll tell you. Here's one thing. Eye contact and smiling at you somewhat frequently. If he's like, I hate her, I don't like her, I'm so disgusted by her, he's not gonna be like smiling at you, making eye, like wanting to look at you. He's gonna be like, get away from me.
Okay, that's what I'll say. Some guys are really forward and it's obvious. They can't stop talking to you. They can't stop whatever. But for one guy that was really hard to read, I knew he liked me because he kept looking at me from across the room and even came over to talk to everyone around me. And I was like, okay, he's like orbiting me. And I was right. He liked me. So if someone's kind of like floating around you, they probably
Definitely
like
they keep
you.
looking at you.
Yeah.
You don't just look at people that
Kept
you
looking.
It's pretty rare that doesn't mean that.
Yeah,
what
I
else?
was gonna say like basically what Lisa said. Whenever when I was in musical theater, if you're in a big group and they just keep ending up near you, like the seat's open
that's
next
a
to you,
good-
I would always sit next to an open seat to test it out. Like,
Wow, okay.
That's a good
and
test.
a lot of times they do, and you're like, That's great.
Also, okay, I feel like we always get tripped up on this though, of like, oh, do they like me? Like, look, a lot of people will like you, but they're not going to date you.
That's
so you
so
need to look for
true.
signs if they're going to date you, aka a pattern of escalating behavior of like, oh, let's hang out. Oh, let me get your number. Not in a
Yeah.
weird stalker
Maybe
way.
this person is trying to master
Yeah.
the basics.
Yeah, maybe they're
that's
like
the
12
basics.
and they just want to
yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're like 15.
But just know that,
Or
like,
maybe they're older, and that's okay.
or you know what you can do is you can say, hey, do you want to hang out? And then you'll know.
That is a good
And they're
point.
like, get away from me.
Then you're just like, okay,
That might be a sign they don't.
I'll find someone else to hang out with. That's not a big deal.
Okay, here's one. Is it okay to not shave anything on your body? Yes.
Yes.
Just
If
do
men
what you
are hairy,
like.
why can't we be? Come on, ladies.
I would like to know.
There's nothing
perfectly
wrong with your
fine.
hair. If you like
Guys,
the feeling
honestly,
of
shaving
like
is so
shaved
time
legs, which I do.
consuming.
Let me
I-
tell
I
you,
do.
I
I
think I shave my legs like once a month, maybe twice. It is.
I really like it personally.
all year round, except in the winter, it's like once every 2 months. I just let it
Yeah.
run free.
Look, yeah, do what you feel is practical for you.
And
Yeah.
anyone that judges you, like especially
rude.
someone you're dating or for your body hair, no.
Look,
Listen,
they're
it is
allowed-
not your body.
They're
You
allowed
don't get
to
to
have
make a
their
decision.
own preferences, but you're allowed to have your preferences.
Yeah.
But
And
they
then
are not
that's
allowed to have a
find some-
preference on your body.
No, you just gotta find someone you match up with.
No, I'm saying no one can tell you what to do with your body.
No,
with your
having
body
a
hair.
preference isn't telling what to do. I'm saying they have
Yeah,
a preference.
but I'm saying if
Everyone's
someone
got
is strongly
preferences.
pushing their preference on you, it's
Yeah.
probably
Then,
not
yeah,
a good
that's
thing.
what I'm saying. You just gotta find someone that you match up
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yes.
And shaming you. Okay. What to do when you get bad attention from guys?
What is bad attention?
Oh, it's
mean?
like
they're rude to
catcalling
you?
or-
Also, is this related? Also, give us your girl safety tips. We did so many tips on
okay, yeah.
the online dating episode.
I love safety.
We did so many.
Mace.
What
like
to do when you get
baseball
bad
bat.
attention?
Oh,
I
okay.
think
okay.
they mean like they're scared. Like a
Unwanted
guy's
attention.
kind of harassing you and you don't know what to do.
I
We have so many tips on
okay.
this.
Lauren, did you feel like you want to start?
This is
Because I can start
scary.
because I have so much to say.
Wait, I've experienced this several times, and actually, I
too.
feel like I was just really rude to the guy every time because they
against
were
my
really
policy.
scary. I wasn't like, no. I was just like, cold shoulder, cold shoulder, cold
Yes.
shoulder. Because they were way taller than me, way
Leave
bigger
the
than me.
situation.
And I was like, ooh.
Listen to me. You do not need to be nice.
Do not.
Do not be nice.
But
Do
don't
not
try to
be
set them
rude,
off either, I
But
would
do
say.
not be nice.
Yeah, don't,
you
like,
owe them
flirt.
absolutely
Just
nothing.
be like a robot. Just
Absolutely
be like, no,
nothing.
whatever.
Cold
Yeah,
shoulder.
diffuse the
Do
situation.
not contact. Don't if
Don't
they're
smile and
contacting.
laugh.
Don't
do not do that.
Yeah, don't do
myself going out when I had a shaved head, and I was like, it's the 3 S's. If you don't want anything bad to happen, don't do the 3 S's. I was like, the first one was smile. Don't smile at anyone if you don't want them to talk to you. The second one was
Wait, where did this
Speak.
come from?
I made it up. I said,
Oh.
don't speak to anyone if you don't want to engage with them. Stop talking. And the third
like,
one,
no.
I don't remember what the S was, but it was somehow like continuing the conversation. Don't smile. Don't talk to them. Don't continue the conversation. I've seen this so many times. All this drama happens because someone can't stop. It's like, you
Yeah,
gotta
because you
stop.
feel bad. Like, oh, I don't
It's
want
like,
to be mean.
mm-mm.
Oh, I don't
You know what I
want to
do?
an excuse. No.
People
that
at
way.
night have literally walked up to me and been like, hey, blah, blah. And I look right through them and
Yes.
I walk away.
Yes.
They talk to
do
me
that.
and I act like I have no ears.
You
I
have no
eyes.
eyes,
I don't
no
have
ears.
ears.
I did not see you. I was never
Look,
here.
Yeah,
a
can't
lot
get
of
right to the
times
bathroom.
men and any threatening person, because women can be threatening, they will prey on
That's
your
true.
sociological conditioning to be nice. Nice is a social strategy. Kindness is good. Nice is easily manipulated. You
Yep.
don't need to be nice. Do what Lisa says. Walk through.
You
Do
read a
not-
book on
Oh
this.
yes, guys.
Yes.
If you
Is that what he's
are
saying? Don't
worried,
do it.
yes. If you're worried about any kind of dangerous situation, read The Gift of Fear. It is so good. It has multiple chapters on what to do with stalkers, what to do with abusive people, like
He
all
said
these different
trust.
things.
He said trust your intuition.
Trust your intuition. If you feel uncomfortable,
something.
get out of the situation.
Oh yeah, and another safety tip: always lock the door as soon as you get in the car. Drive away quickly.
Yes.
Always go out in
Don't
groups.
linger in the car.
Don't park by yourself where you're gonna have to walk back. Like groups.
Wait, I should say one statement, which is yes, in case someone's thinking this, whatever. Yes, it shouldn't be your responsibility to keep things safe. It's not. It's not like it shouldn't be on you. It should be like,
Yeah.
oh, they should not be a psycho. But
Unfortunately-
if you're presented with a situation of having a psycho in front of you, I would
or
personally like
just
to make like
anyone you don't
like
want
smart
to interact
choices.
with. You
even though
gotta-
it's not our faults, right?
This is just life.
Yeah,
There's just a bunch of weirdos out there.
I had this is sort of different than like the
bunch of
person when you're out and about. I had these two guys that were cyberly contacting me that I like talked to briefly, and then I didn't want to talk anymore. And looking back, my initial like I don't want to talk anymore was way too watered down and nice. And one of them or both of them continued. This was different times, but they continued contacting me even though I didn't want to talk anymore and I wasn't responding. They just keep sending me messages, and it made me like feel really sick in my stomach. It's very violating. And I talked to my aunt because my aunt is Aunt Lisa. She's like very she's awesome. I love her. I don't know what the word is, but I just knew that she would know what to say. So I called her and I was like, funny. One of them was emailing me. We had each other's emails. Even though he had my number.
At
it was
least
really
it wasn't email.
I think because I blocked his number, I didn't know how to block
See
emails.
if it lines up with what you read.
So I have the
Tell
email.
us.
So this is what I said to him. First, I was like, I just, I'm not in a good place to talk. I have a lot going on. I was very like wishy-washy, and he didn't get that. And he kept reaching out to me, and I wasn't responding.
like,
and
you
he
in a
was
good place
sending,
now? What about
sending
now?
all of these emails. And I think this was finally the one that he responded, that he stopped reaching out. Hi, blank. I thought I was clear in my initial email that I wanted to be the one to reach out if I felt comfortable doing so. Instead, you have continually emailed me many times, and it feels like you are not respecting my wishes or boundaries. Please do not contact me again. If I wish to reach out, I will.
Ooh.
That was the message.
Oh, we need to say that for legal purposes, at least in America.
Oh, yes, that was part of.
Do not contact me.
We learned this.
Yeah, the book, that's exactly what the book said. It said this whole concept of letting people down easy is so not safe. It's not good. You need to be completely clear.
Yes,
You need to
clarity.
give no wiggle room, completely clear. I love how it's just
Our Girl Talk Q&A turns into a self-defense seminar.
It is, because
that book is interesting.
it's so
Read
good,
the
but
book.
it was saying do exactly that. And also, every time you interact with them, you buy yourself 6 more weeks of them contacting you. Every single time.
That's
do not
interesting.
interact, because they're going to find someone else to interact with. They need you to interact.
But my aunt, her advice was like, she was like, don't be like really mean, like
Yes.
insulting.
go away,
Yeah,
you
don't do that.
or whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, you don't want to like people that do that are kind of mentally unstable. Like you don't want to set them off, but you do need to be clear. So I was trying to be firm but clear. Please,
I think
do
that
not
was great.
contact.
That was
Get away
great.
from me, you idiot. Or
If
something
you
like.
have it in writing that you said do not contact me, the cops can get involved and you can get an order of protection.
Yes, but you have to say it in writing.
Yes.
before- and then they have to contact you again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a scary time. Gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about that.
Okay,
I
this
just
is a
love
random question.
women's
It's not girl
safety.
talk. I just want to ask it. How do you know if you're a good singer?
What?
Christina,
Stay on topic.
Stay on topic, lady.
Come on.
How do you know?
I think if you
Christina.
don't know, you're probably not.
People will
Sorry.
tell you. That's how you know.
I don't know. Make a video of yourself
I
singing
think
and
she's
listen.
right. People will tell you. I don't think it counts if someone tells you you're bad. Some people are rude.
Yeah.
But if you're singing randomly and someone's like, "Wow, you're really good," probably
Yeah.
good.
Or if someone cries when you sing.
Someone just told me
That's a
when I was
good
at the
sign.
beach
In a
that
good
I
way.
have a beautiful Broadway voice. As I was singing to Lily, when Chad was holding her in the air, and I was like, I can show you the world. I was joking. I was joking around, and she told me that, and I was kind of horrified. I was like,
beautiful Broadway voice.
Lisa, you have a beautiful Broadway voice. Just go with it.
Shimmering, splendid.
Okay,
I
here's
love
a
it.
good question for Lauren and Amy. Why do I
no.
cry over everything? I literally get so mad because it just happens and I cry more. What are your tips?
Just stop bullying yourself for it. Just
Yeah.
Okay.
Just accept that that's just how it is, and you're gonna cry. Like you can cry and then stop.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the more you stress about crying, the more you're gonna keep crying for a long period of time because you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm crying. Oh, I feel so awkward. But if you just like, okay, cry, then you're done crying and you
it
don't
out.
have to keep crying.
Yeah. Also, I feel like if you're crying a lot, it might mean that you're repressing anger, as women are societally conditioned
That
to
is
do.
so true.
You need to,
good
like,
tip.
literally, when you're repressing a certain emotion, other ones come up in fuller force that you're more comfortable with. And women are traditionally more comfortable with being sad. Not
That
to,
is so
gender or
true.
anything, but, like, that's what we're societally conditioned to believe is acceptable to be. So you're probably angry a lot more than you're sad, but you are more comfortable being sad. So
Great
if you get in
point.
touch with the anger, you'll probably cry less.
It's okay to cry though.
Yeah, cry as much as you
Stop
want.
crying
is
yourself for it.
Yeah, and if you feel awkward, you can always say, I'm so sorry, I need to collect myself.
Did you
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
that's
yourself.
a good.
I think I
a
said
good
this
tip.
before that crying releases stress hormones. They found this in tears, in emotional tears specifically.
I love it.
That there's stress hormones. Your body is actually physically relieving you of stress. It's a
I
good
love
thing.
it.
That's one of my goals with Barrett, actually, is for him to not, this is a big goal though, but for him to not feel like ashamed of crying as a man, or like somewhat not ashamed. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get that. That's going to be a big one, but I want him to feel comfortable to express his emotions. It's going to be a tough one, but that's a big
If
goal.
someone shamed one of my sons for crying, I feel like I would just tackle them. Like,
I agree.
I think as a man, it probably happens all the time.
Yeah, they must have. You gotta know that.
I know. It's like, oh man.
It's like, ma'am, that's a 5-year-old boy.
Get away from my son, you jerk.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next
So here's another one. How to not feel hopeless in life regarding romantic relationships.
Oh.
Okay, listen. Sometimes you're just gonna feel hopeless. It's
Yeah.
okay. You gotta realize now is not forever at all. It's gonna change. And you gotta embrace where you are. And let me tell you, the single life has luxuries. You can do whatever you
many
want,
luxuries.
whenever you want. As a woman who loves independence, it's a great thing. You gotta live it up. You gotta realize the time you're in now, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be gone. You better do something with it.
Oh my gosh, I'm feeling
Forget about
threatened.
being in a relationship. Live in the now. What do you have right now?
Yeah.
What can you do with it? Where can you go? You won't be able to do that forever because regardless, even if you're single your whole life, there's a lot of things you won't be able to do when you're 80 that you could do right now.
I agree.
Forget about other people. It's your life. You're flying this plane. Where is it going?
Yeah, and you don't want to be super dependent on a relationship to make you fulfilled or anything.
You know what?
Like,
I
you
hate
need
to
think
break
of your
it to
other
you.
things of life.
If you're unhappy now, you might be even more unhappy with a partner.
That
because
is true.
You'll put all your
Yikes.
hopes and dreams on it, and then you'll be like, "Wow, this isn't what I wanted." And now you're like,
And then you're
"Nothing
putting
can make
all
me
your
happy."
expectations on them, and then it pushes them away.
yeah, and then it'll pressure you to choose just someone, and then you won't make as good of a choice.
But you know what? I'll give you a very U-turn advice. They were driving the car, vroom, vroom, and then I'm going, "Zing," and I'm turning it around.
Okay.
So this is what I did. Okay. So right before, this is the year that I met my husband, and I had a very bad relationship that, if you want to listen to basically the entire story, I wrote a song called "Where It All Ended," and that was the song, and that was the story in a nutshell. But this guy just basically just annihilated me because he just didn't know what he wanted, but he didn't want to let me go either, and it just dragged me through the mud for a while. It was really sad, and I'd been broken, rejected or broken hearted a lot of times, and I just got to I was 25, and I was like, I'm never gonna find love. This is so sad. I just felt really hopeless. So what I did, this is very Kath. Maybe this is too cheesy for you, but that's okay. But it was this day in June, and I went on a walk. Walks are always great because someone once told me that when you're walking, it activates both sides of your brains. Oh, really? I thought it was this lady that I talked about.
I learned it a long
said it?
time ago.
Oh, well, someone else
I
said this
say
to
it
me
all the
too.
time. It's my soapbox about walking. Anyway,
She was talking about how she did for her kids who have autism. But anyway, when you walk, both sides of your brain are activated because you're moving both sides of your body, so it calms you down. But I went on this walk, and I was like, I just had this moment. The sun was setting, and I looked out, and I was like, I am not going to give up hope on love, even though I feel like it. And I feel like every time I try to be in love, it just ruins my life and fails. But I was like, I just want to feel what it would feel like to be in love, even though I feel the opposite. So I put on the song "Enchanted" by Taylor Swift.
That's cute.
See, I don't know if you guys would ever do this because it's too cheesy.
No, I would
Would
totally
you do this?
would.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the sun was setting. I was on this country road all by myself. There was no one. Well, I hope there was no one around. That'd be so embarrassing. and I closed my eyes and I visualized what would it be like to be with a man who was actually good. Whoa, never been with that. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There's a few guys. Anyway, there's a few guys that are pretty good, but they didn't want to marry me, and I just slow danced in the field by myself, and I
okay, that's right.
and I just went like this, and I was
This is like Sappy thought.
and I was visualizing
This is why it exists.
what it would be like to be in love, and that was the moment that I feel like my hope reignited.
Okay.
And
I can feel it. I can
Yes,
taste
I,
this
it was like
moment.
Okay.
I refused to give up, and I met my husband 3 months later.
Oh,
And
so
she never had a
who's
problem
laughing now?
again.
Never in her life did she ever have a problem.
She's
Who's
never
laughing
been nothing
now?
but happy.
It worked.
Nothing but happy.
See, relationships don't fix your.
They don't fix your
Maybe you should
problem.
try that, guys. Try that.
It applies to anyone. I'm not singling you out. I'm saying the whole point is you put too much on
I was
this.
just telling you an uplifting story, so just don't listen to
Let
Lisa.
me add one more thing,
Guys,
guys.
they both
tell
exist at
them
the
that.
same
Because
time.
I think
It's okay.
this is what I do when I feel relationship anxiety, when I feel like a stage 4 clinger and I'm like, what if he leaves me? I'll die. So I think about, okay, well, what if that happened? Okay. And I think this applies to feeling like you're never going to find someone. Okay, what if we broke up and I never found anyone else and I never got married and I was never with anyone? And I think like, well, what would I do? Because that could happen. What would I do? And then I think like, well, I would want to like pour my life into something though, like something that matters, something that I care about. Like, yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's so that I think like, okay, like what's like a passion that I have that's equally as like exciting as like love and this thing that I want. And I think about like when I can see a future alone that's not horrible, because I'm like, oh, I could do so much stuff. Like I would really go into like charity and like giving back and all this stuff.
You can do charity if you're not single too.
No, hang on. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not a bad life. And then I also think, okay, well, those things, I need to do them right now so I stop being a stage 4 clinger.
Yeah. For sure.
And not feeling like this is like the only thing in my life. Like projects that I want to work on and like things that are meaningful to me. Like I feel like you have to be able to see, I feel like even in a relationship, like they could die and
that's real.
Have to, like, that's real. And I'm sure you guys worry about that sometimes. Like you think about that, what would I do?
Yeah.
And
I think about that all the
you've
time.
thought about that. And it's like,
especially once you have a kid.
There has to be more to your life too. I mean, you guys have kids, so that's a little different.
No, but they're going to be old one day.
You have to have something beautiful and important and meaningful in your life that's not just a relationship.
You have to have a million little things that fill up your days.
Yes.
Otherwise, you have like this threatening alternate future that's like horrible, and it's like, if I don't get this, that's what I have.
That's like the cause of my anxiety.
The only other option.
And the only way to calm down is like, it's okay.
Hey, I have to say, I was just trying to make a side point that you should never give up hope.
I think
and if you don't believe, you can find something.
They all work together.
Yes.
I think
they're all valid together.
Only just using your story as an example where it's like life challenges come
I'm
up.
giving this uplifting story. Lisa's like,
no, I'm saying she's like, oh, how do I feel so hopeless without love? It's like, you can feel hopeless when you're in love. I hate to break it to you.
That's true though.
That's the point.
And then
that is the point.
Also, don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up
all of it.
on the good
I mean, at the
thing.
same token, I did remember reading this article that said like most married couples feel lonely. And it doesn't mean that marriage is a trap. No, it just means that once you get married, you don't stop experiencing loneliness. It's a human.
These people, they pine and pine and pine. They can't wait to get a boyfriend, get married, and then bing, you're divorced.
Oh my God.
Your whole dream is dead because you put everything. I'm so serious. You put all your eggs. You took all your eggs and threw them out of your own basket.
What I'm saying.
This is real life.
Oh my
What
gosh,
are you gonna do?
Yes,
At one point, you have to make yourself happy.
You're right.
And you know what? In your relationship, when you make yourself happy, your partner goes, whoa. What a foxy lady.
Yeah.
I want to join some of these hobbies. I want to come with you on this trip.
I want to have my hobbies too.
I want to go on a date with you. Because if I don't take you out, someone else might ask you out when you're out and about. Like, you're living it up.
Oh my god.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Or you're just a bird in a gilded cage.
Okay.
You built your own
points,
golden
guys.
cage and now you live alone. Because
my
your
gosh, this took a
happiness
weird turn.
depends on someone else. Guys, I'm only saying this because I see it all around me.
It's true.
All these young girls I know, they're like, I need a ring on my hand or I am a zombie. And it's like, no.
You're not.
You are a zombie on your own. You made yourself a zombie. If you want to stop being a zombie, you just go, stop being a zombie.
And
We should move on. The point is that most people are just lonely, whether they're in a relationship or not. People are
it's
lonely.
human experience.
Yeah.
Not the
People
answer.
are lonely, and there's a different fix for it than getting married.
Oh man.
Sorry, this is just a rant that I'm so passionate
we
about.
can only get. We had to like really
I
cut this
agree.
off.
Gotta wrap it
So
up.
let's do some quick answers. I want to get through
quick,
a couple
I just
more.
like 2 more. Let's just
What? Oh. Okay, try to give a quick one for this. I don't have anything to say to this. Lisa, this is mainly for you. How do you get the confidence to change something on your body that's been the same for years, like hair color, style, tattoo, piercings, braces, glasses, contacts? I'm struggling with hair.
Okay. Tattoos are permanent, but everything else you can undo. So I don't know about the tattoo. Some days I wish I had tattoos, some days I don't. That's how I know I shouldn't have one.
Yeah.
But with your hair, it will grow back. You can wear a wig. With your clothes, you can just change it if you don't like it.
You tell yourself
Life is long and life is short, so you need to try things. Every day that goes by that you're bored of yourself, what is that about? Go have some fun. You can always come back.
go have some
That's
fun.
just my mom's attitude that I adopted. If you move somewhere and you don't like it, you can always move back. If you change your hair, you don't
That's
like
true.
it, you can always put a hat on, you know?
True.
It's not that permanent. It's not the end of the world, so just try it.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it.
Yeah, people
Love
we
it.
get so paralyzed about decisions, but that was something our parents said that was really good. They were like, when we were thinking about moving to Tennessee from California, they were like, it's just an adventure. If we don't like it, we can always go back to
move back.
California.
Or go
And it
somewhere
was
else.
like, that's true. We can go
Yeah,
back
you
to
can
California.
go
Yes, it would be a
somewhere
giant hassle, but we could go back.
It's not that much of a hassle. It's a couple
Well,
weeks.
you have to
People do it
pack up
all
your.
the
It's a couple
time.
weeks.
And it's also a lot of
alright.
money, but anyway.
Yes.
Blink
You
and
get
you're
what we're
40.
saying.
Blink and you're 40.
When you're 40.
Next
Don't blink.
question?
Okay.
How to get over a guy that never even liked you back. I think we did a whole episode on
We
this.
might have.
I think it was a breakup episode, all about breakups or something like that, and then we talked about getting over
RT
someone.
if you want
And
one.
I think it
Look,
I think
I'll
it
sum it
applies
up.
to this.
You realize that you want to be with someone who wants to be with you.
Yes.
That's it.
I would say express your feelings, go on walks, listen to songs that really you can relate to, and journal. That is
Yes.
a magical
And
combination.
then after you do all of that, then you have to stop. You stop thinking about them, okay? It's never gonna happen. They're never gonna like you. You have to move on, and you will not move on unless you stop thinking, what if, maybe. There's no maybe. It's over, done.
Cut it off.
Yeah.
And you deserve better
Stop.
than just
That will.
like pining over someone that is not giving you their attention. You deserve to someone that's giving you their attention.
It's just reality. They're never gonna give you attention. They don't like you. Stop
Yeah, you
thinking
gotta
about
live in
it.
reality.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay, we'll
love it.
stop there. But that is a
That was our
preview.
last-
That was a preview of Lauren's your older sister, or if you're Amy.
Yeah,
I think that's empowering.
I think it's very empowering.
Yes, you're right. But I am glad that I'm 8 years older than Lauren. I'm just saying.
I'm just thinking about when
scared of
Lauren
her.
would text.
if I was younger than Lauren, I'd be like, ah, ah, ah.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be like,
Yes,
wow,
I
she
would.
believes in me, supports me.
Yeah, come on.
helps me
Except
be my
for when
best
you do
self.
that, I'd be like, please stop.
Not when you're actually sad when she
You
do
haven't heard
that.
the things you
I have
said.
done that.
No, I didn't say I'm not glad. I'm not my older sister. also. I didn't say that. All right, let's
better
go
be
to Sister
glad.
Spotlight. We have like 1 second. Okay, ready? So, Sister
Just say it.
Spotlight. Who is it? Where a different, oh my gosh, different sister gets the spotlight every week, and it's Amy.
Yay!
We're trying to hurry up. Okay,
so
go.
today, I always lately I have had trouble thinking of crises, and I ask the Lord what to say,
Oh.
and then He makes one pop into my head.
Amy's current crisis.
Yeah,
is what this
Amy's
is.
current crisis right now. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about the only hair fail I've ever had. Okay, guys, this was bruising to the ego. Okay, so here's what happened. It was like 2018. I was doing a lot of black box dye, right? And you cannot do anything with black box dye. You cannot do anything unless you bleach the heck out of your hair. Just the
Wait, what do you
living
mean you
heck.
can't do
I don't know what that
anything?
means.
If you want to change the color, you cannot.
Oh, from black
Oh, you're
to
saying
something
once you
else.
put it in.
Yes. It got-
Okay.
Like you want to change it from black.
Okay.
Yes, and my hair is so much lighter than black. So when it would grow out, I would have these like light roots. Lauren, yeah, you know what I'm gonna say. So I was like, oh, I'm bored. Okay, I want to try.
Oh, I'm bored.
This is so embarrassing, guys. I want to try dyeing my hair like red. See what happens. So then
I don't remember.
I dyed my hair bright. I tried to dye it red. And the only thing that died were my roots. So I had
So you looked like
bright
Ozzy Osbourne.
red roots with black hair. Like it was very Billie Eilish, but not.
But not even.
Cute.
No, because it was just like
it
a
was
line.
so scary, and I was
You were so embarrassed.
devastated. I felt I was going to die of shame.
You had to go to some like
We went to
event or
Danny's
something?
birthday that night, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I am going to face this as a humility exercise.
Is this you, Ozzy Osbourne?
Oh, no, I was
Just
guys,
kidding.
it was
remember that.
literally the most
He was red
embarrassing.
and
I
black
thought I
hair.
was going to to die of shame because it looked so scary. It was just this red and then black.
Bright red.
And it was not intentional looking.
Wait, you did the Billie Eilish before Billie
Yes,
Eilish? Neon
I
rings
did.
Is
and
there like a
black
certain
hair.
video I can see this in, or like picture?
No. This was
put a
there's
hat
a
on.
picture.
Where?
In my
Yeah,
phone somewhere.
where?
This,
Show us
guys,
after.
literally, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wash this out right now and fix it because I have to go to Dammy's dinner. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a humility exercise and I'm not going to wear a hat. And I'm just going to die of shame because I'm
good, eh?
scared of dying of shame.
I like it.
So I literally went and my hair looked insane and nobody like laughed me out of the building, which was nice. But it was so embarrassing. I thought I was going to actually up and die.
I think it wasn't that bad,
Except for in the light. It was a lot
but to you, it felt really bad, especially because you did it. So you felt like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, I'm a failure.
I just didn't think
Yeah.
about that. So then I literally the next morning, I think, went and got black box dye and just dyed over it again. So then it was just like it never happened. And I have one picture of it, and my eyes
really
are half
need to see it.
My eyes are half blinking, so I look like a demon. I have these weird red roots.
Please show us, please.
Yeah.
I will find it.
Can you please put it in the podcast? Like send it
I'm
to the
trying to
editor.
picture it.
It's so bad though, guys.
Oh my
but that's
gosh.
the only time I ruined my hair because I always have someone else do it if I don't know what I'm doing.
You learned your lesson?
I did.
Wild.
But yeah,
girl.
now I'm like, oh, I want to dye my hair red again. It's not that dark, so I think I could. But
Interesting.
Lisa,
We'll see what
I don't
happens.
think so.
We'll see. Try it.
It's only a 4. No, a 5.
I don't know. I'm not a hairstylist.
Because it's also washing out a lot. I don't know.
know.
Sounds kind of fun.
I didn't even know your hair was dyed.
Because it's been washing out.
It looks normal to me.
No, it's darker for sure.
It's a little darker. Well, this
She's
is
had
all
dark
my
hair for
roots.
so long that we're used to it.
Okay, we need to wrap up the episode.
Anyway, guys.
We just answered some of those really long, but you know what? That's what you get because that's what you guys wanted, right?
That's what you get.
wanted. I don't know. Let us
went
know in the
in
comments. We read the comments. Have you seen where we've been replying? Have you seen that? Just saying.
We have been.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Later.
You've been listening to the Cimarelli podcast. Follow Cimarelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimarelli on Facebook and Instagram.